Alright, hi there, this is Steven with Karma Astrology. I'm in a little bit of a different spot today, different part of the house. I'm just, changing it up a little bit. And this is going to be a quick little video about Hasta Nakshatra and the moon in Hasta Nakshatra, as you can see down there in my text. And you can see it down there, that MO is the moon down in Virgo and Hasta. So, that being said, the moon in Virgo in general shows a time when we're more interested in things like structures, organization, and details, and any sort of kind of outlines or means of organizing our thoughts and our ideas and all sorts of things in our lives to make sense out of it, to like catalog our thoughts and to be able to remember things and recall them later. So the moon in Virgo in general makes us feel more connected with kind of organizing things and thinking about things logically and being able to intellectualize them. And then when we drill down a little bit deeper, we get the moon in Hasta Nakshatra, which is the middle section of Virgo down here. You can see that the moon is right around 13 degrees right now. And so that shows this middle section. Hasta actually means hand in Sanskrit. So it shows this kind of dexterity and creativity and all sorts of qualities of the hand that we can see, I guess, in people and in ourselves when the moon travels through this section of the sky. So, Hasta Nakshatra is ruled by the deity or connected with the deity called Savitur, who is, again, one of the 10 or 12 solar deities, the Adityas. And Savitur was great at gaining the favor of the gods. Savitur is very skilled, optimistic, jovial, happy, this kind of lighthearted, not take life too seriously kind of god. Savitur is known to be connected with gamblers and any sort of games and play and sports, any sort of competition as well, because the skills that we have when the moon's in this part of the sky on a day like today lead towards more lightheartedness and playfulness and fun and that kind of, risk taking attitude that we like when we gamble or play games with other people and all that fun stuff. So there's this kind of jovial attitude to Savitur that lends itself to our energy today. We might find ourselves laughing a little bit more or looking for ways to just kind of take life a little less serious, be a little more playful while still having extreme amounts of skills and kind of dexterity in both physicality and mentality in our mind. So it's a good day to kind of wrap your head around new concepts and study new things and learn about things that are kind of interesting and fun and maybe playful, creative for you. Things that kind of stimulate that aspect of yourself. There is, there's this kind of bright sunny sky type of nature to Savitur, where we're a little more optimistic and we can play around with all of the options within our day and with all of the decisions we get to make in the day, and everything just feels a little bit more buoyant and happy. Like I said, the Hasta means hand, and that is actually the symbol of Hasta Nakshatra. So it kind of just doubles down on these themes like I've been talking about. The hand is capable of doing all these different minute, finite movements and gestures and symbols. We're able to, explain things with our hands, use hand language, or sign language. For those that are hard of hearing or to communicate with other people in general. And it really allows us to express ourselves in that way more creatively and having kind of more fun with it. You can see how this is kind of the fun and creative and playful day right in the middle of Virgo when the moon is in this kind of intense intellectual energy. So we can, on the darker side, we can use these energies to be deceitful and maybe debaucherous or, lie and cheat and steal. Those are terrible things that we shouldn't be doing, but it definitely heightens the potential of doing those types of things because there isn't this necessarily I would say, moral aspect to this part of the sky. It's more of like just learning how to do things and being skilled and playful and having fun, rather than thinking about what's the right thing and what's the wrong thing to do with it. Whereas we should always be thinking about, what's right and wrong, and based on, what would feel good in our own experience. And if someone did that kind of stuff to us, and obviously no one wants to be lied to, or no one wants to be cheated or stolen from. So, we should never do those things in general. Just saying that there's more of a tendency in people to do those kind of things. So you might want to watch out and be, aware of the fact that other people might be doing that today or to you. And then in general, the strengths of this part of the sky, of this sign when the moon's here, like today, we're more creative, more clever, witty, charming, pleasant, attractive. It helps us gain influence and be cordial and careful with our words. It helps us to kind of have this kind of playful sense of drive into our lives. It might give us more social skills and get us involved in social rituals, whatever those might be, going to church or synagogue or whatever that means to you. It's a great day to hang out with social groups and friends. This whole part of the last couple of days have been really good for socializing, and I hope you've been able to take advantage of that. It's good for considering other people's opinions. It's good for being of service to other people and being industrious and taking advantage of any opportunities that come up into your life, and for being persuasive and also being kind of unattached in a way, just like kind of watching the world around you and having the sense of non-attachment and the connection that we still want to have, where we feel like we are still that same kind of spirit as everything else, but without kind of the attachment that we need to glob onto anything or like hold on for dear life to anything. That's it helps with that kind of energy and to like get us a little detached and find that distance in a good way. On the shadow side, it helps, or it can kind of lead to excessive competitions and disputes. It can make us restless in our minds, of course. A little too changeable or fickle or mercurial. It can make, for the charlatan type of personality, snake oil salesman, that kind of person, make us a little selfish and emotionally unsettled if we're going too fast or not acting principled. It can give us low self-esteem and this sense of hypercriticism, an overindulgence, something to also be aware of. A sense of mistrust we can build in others if we're not acting, well and trustworthiness. So it's a good thing to be trustworthy on a day like today. And in general, it can lead to kind of abusive behaviors, like I was saying, where we overindulge in maybe alcohol or drugs or whatever, or behavior patterns that are addictive, like trying to get attention or other things that are not necessarily, the ways that we want to be behaving and act and conducting ourselves. Of course, there's times to cry and everything. I'm not going to say anything wrong with that. And then it is, favorable activities. It's good for, most things in general. It's good to have a good laugh, to play around, to have fun, to do things that involve skills, like hand skills, like pottery or archery, glass blowing, whatever you like to do. It's a good day to check out jewelry and any sort of, beautifying or beauty aspects of our lives. Anything that involves your hands and precision, like sewing or any of those kind of crafts that you might like to do. It's good for dealing with kids because it gives us that kind of youthful attitude and vigor. Working around the house is good. We might get into the details of cleaning. It's one of those detail days, so it's good to detail your car if you like to do that, or scrub certain areas of the house that you don't often get to. It's a good day for spot treating and that kind of fun stuff. Anything requiring tact or skill, it's a great day for. marital activities, good day for that. Good day for travel and play and just recreational activities in general, yoga, meditation, it's all good, and gardening. And then unfavorable, it's in terms of like bad activities, things that we don't necessarily want to do today. Planning long-term objectives or really thinking about like big picture stuff. It's not good to be inactive on a day like today, or to relax. Those were kind of the last few days were more of the relaxing and internally soaking things up and kind of resting and enjoying ourselves. This is more active and fun and playful and curious. And then it's not great for situations that require a lot of maturity, of course. And and that's gonna do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna give you a picture of what it looks like. Sorry, this is a little faster than I normally do it. I just have an event today. I'm going for a hike with friends, so I wanted to get this in real quick so I didn't neglect my community, my peeps. So I'm just gonna show you that, and I'm gonna go over here and show you the moon. So the moon, now that orange line is the ecliptic, the path that the planets, the moon and the sun all travel from our perspective here on Earth, and that's Leo, and the moon is kind of traveling from Leo through Virgo now, and we can see this is the kind of beginning of Libra, the Spica, and Corvus down here. This constellation of the Crow is actually the sign of Hasta. So it kind of, maybe it looks like a hand to the ancient people or something like that. I can't really see it from here, but I'm definitely going to go out in the night sky. The moon's pretty distanced from the sun now, so it's rising later and later into the night. So it might be more of a just a late night stargazing kind of fun night to do. And you can see it's moving through Virgo, kind of the midsection of Virgo, and it's right by this Corvus, which is what we call Hasta in Sanskrit, or the hand, the crow in English, or I guess it's just the Greek, interpretation of what that looks like, right? So, I think that's going to do it for today. Let me just switch back, see if there's anything else I'd like to talk about at the last second. There we go. Okay. All this stuff is still in Taurus, so it's still a good time to focus on the senses, feeling good and pleasurable. Anything that kind of brings a sense of delight. Today's kind of doubling down on that theme. I talked about the Earth energy with the Earth sign of Taurus, the Earth sign of Capricorn, and the Earth sign of Virgo down here. They're filled up with planets. So it's really kind of asking us to be more intentional and more still and steady and grounded during this time, so that we can have a lot of joy and pleasure in our lives and experience good people and good experiences and happiness. We can be organized and detailed and have fun. And then in Capricorn, we can be serious and actually create some sort of big momentum and big shift in our lives. The kind of structural elements of that shift are laying the foundation for big changes in our life. So that's going to do it for today. I hope you got a lot out of this forecast. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Spread the love. Hopefully more people will view this that way. And leave a comment below if you have any questions, comments, concerns for me about the day or anything in general. Otherwise, I do offer Vedic astrology readings. Feel free to check out the link on my YouTube homepage for that. And if you want to see this content on a daily basis, feel free to subscribe to the channel below. And otherwise, I hope you have a really fun, playful, hand-filled, creative day.